Aunjanue, good morning. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me. How are you?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
Very good. Exhibiting Forgiveness. Congratulations on the film. It's a beautiful film. Very well done. Can you tell us a little bit about Joyce and where you found, the mother in that part of her life?
Well, I had a cheat sheet because it's based on Titus's real mom. So I was able to, like look at him and go, okay, would she do this? Would she, tell me, you know what I mean? And I had a cheat sheet, but I also, there's also another kind of pressure when, the person that you're playing, her son is directing you, you know? Um, so I just had to lean into both. I I I feel like it's what Titus has done, it's a particular kind of vulnerability that he has, an openness that he's allowing us into, exposing himself, essentially, exposing that part of his life that, his mother is still alive. These things are still fresh for him. And he's essentially, he's essentially, what do I want to say? He's exploring these problems and issues and, of his life on camera in front of the world. Um, um, yeah, I think it was for me, because it was a particular kind of responsibility. I felt like it was a particular kind of gift. Um, yeah, and I think it's the kind of filmmaker that he is, that he would allow us into his world in that way.
And as an actress, what does a role like this do for you personally? Because you have some very intense moments in very different ways. Some with John, which very very serious, and also just very nurturing and conversations with Andreas Terrell. What sticks with you afterwards with this kind of storytelling that's so real and raw, as you say?
Yeah, you don't, you crave for those moments on to get to do those moments, right? I crave that I get to just, have an experience with someone like Andre, have an experience with someone like John, the amazing John, both of them. Um, and you forget that you won't that there's a camera there. You know what I mean? You just forget it. And you're just, just sitting down with somebody talking and things happen because you're working with someone who wants to do something that's not manufactured, that's present and alive and in the moment. Yeah.
I think that's one of the beauties of the film. So, and especially with all of you being artists, including your director, that you're able to show a lot more than tell. So it becomes very personal, I think, even for the audience. Um,
Mm.
Now, I do want to ask you about for the theme of forgiveness.
Mm.
We see that. Uh, do you think it's really on a case-to-case basis? Do you think someone who has gone through what Terrell has gone through uh, should be a little bit more open to forgiveness, especially being a father? You think it's open-ended? I mean, it's such a wide conversation to have, and I think really it just probably depends on the situation, correct?
Yeah, I don't think it's a correct answer. I don't think it's a correct answer. And I think that's for me, like, you know, I think that's what's glorious for me about the film is that it leaves it open-ended. I think it says we have to question this idea of forgiveness, and that in fact it can be very, very harmful, because Joyce is trying to get her son to forgive something. And the great thing about this, that you can't forgive something that is still causing you harm. And La'Ron is still causing harm to Tarrell. And I think that the film, kind of forces us or encourages us to think about that, to consider that and reconsider that.
Yeah, absolutely. Anjanou, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time. I appreciate it. I appreciate the film, and I can't wait for Ellis to see this.
All right, thank you so much.